Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Jen Moynihan.
And I'm Denise Salcedo. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students of Cal State Fullerton. We are just 1 week from finals. Can you believe it? The semester has flown by for some of us. And for others, the end of the school year can't come fast enough.
Regardless, we all have finals to make it through before we wrap up the academic year. We know the exams and final research papers can be stressful, but there is a place on campus to help you with your studying and also help reduce some of the stress.
It's the TSU, and as OC News reporter Rebecca Penner tells us, special events and free food are all part of the fun.
With finals just a week away, preparations have begun to be made in order for students to do well on those fateful finals. ASI of Cal State Fullerton has put together several opportunities for students to study for the exams and therefore achieve their best in the classroom.
All right, so during finals week, the TSU offers a bunch of aid to students, preparing for finals and everything, from just leaving the Titan Student Union open for more hours to giving out Scantrons, providing fun avenues to de-stress yourself.
The Titan Student Union, as seen behind me, is now officially open 24/7 starting May 5th. With open areas including public spaces, the computer lounge, and study rooms, students can study both by themselves and in groups at any and all times. An all-night study giveaway will kick off the event at 10 p.m. tonight in the TSU Garden Cafe.
I'm excited for the opportunities that the TSU will offer for the students here on campus. I think it's a great way for students to stay focused and alert for finals week.
A number of events will also continue during the week of finals. Another giveaway will be offered May 12th at 10 p.m. Also happening, a classic TV screening from 7 until 11 p.m. this same night offers students a chance to relax from the heavy studying. Students can look forward to neck and shoulder massages May 12th, 13th, and 14th between 9:30 p.m. and 2 a.m. Coffee and donuts will be available May 13th in the TSU pub, with cereal and milk offered the following night. Meeting rooms can be checked out for groups of 3 or more people for 4 hours at a time, beginning at 4 p.m.
I know for the next 2 weeks I'm going to be my new home's going to be the TSU, so.
Students, don't forget to take a breather from all that studying and visit the TSU Underground, where free bowling and billiards will be offered May 13th, 14th, and 15th from 10 p.m. until 9 a.m. Good luck on those exams. For OC News, I'm Rebecca Penner reporting.
Finals week will be a hectic time for most students, but after all that studying, take a break and have some fun and relax. Sylvia Perez has all the news on where to go for some summertime fun.
Thank you, Jen. K-Rock has announced their lineup for the Wii Rose this summer. Swedish DJ Avicii has headlined the Rose, swaying away from mainstream headlines, and is scheduled for May 31st at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater in Irvine. Emo pop band Fall Out Boy will also make the lineup, and New York-based electro duo Phantogram as well will make the lineup. Tickets are available only for members of the K-Rock Street Team, and they go on sale at 10 a.m. Friday exclusively via Ticketmaster.com. Prices typically top out at about $85 to $100 for best seats. Visit KROQ.com to sign up and get the required password to purchase. Proceeds will benefit the Surf Fire Foundation and Heal the Bay. If you enjoy sharing a glass of beer with friends and family and are looking for a local drink after graduation to celebrate, then you don't want to miss out the Anaheim Brewery on Saturday, May 17, starting from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. The Anaheim Brewery is celebrating their 4-year anniversary of serving up fresh local craft beers, and what better way to celebrate a milestone than with the performance by Brother Youssef, who will be playing some blues for you too. For more information, visit AnaheimBrew.com or call 714-780-1888. Don't waste your summer, go out and get active. That's all the events I have for you today. Back to you, ladies.
Thank you, Sylvia. Springtime has the best weather to engage in many outdoor activities. We are surrounded by many different climates such as the beach, mountains, and the desert. 2 hours of here lies Joshua Tree National Park, where many rock climbing enthusiasts travel to during the season. Here's Adrina Martinez with the story.
2 hours east of Los Angeles is Joshua Tree National Park. The desert is home to large amounts of wildlife, species, and plants, especially cacti that bloom during the spring.
Joshua Tree is known for more than its camping, plant, and animal life. It's also known for its unique rock formations that attract climbers from all over the world.
The Disneyland for climbers, because there's so many options.
The large rock formations scattered throughout the park are desirable destinations for rock climbers looking for a unique experience. There are many climbing destinations you can find on the map, but there are also secret destinations you have to find yourself. One of these secret spots is the chasm.
Split through this huge rock formation that goes from all the way from the top, about 200 feet up, all the way to the ground. And there's an entranceway that's about shoulder width that you kind of have to squeak between a bush and the rock to get into, and you're crawling into the darkness, and all of a sudden it opens up and you can just see this corridor all the way through the rock.
Fall and spring are the busiest times of the year, but there are still plenty of other rocks to climb if another is taken.
Outer Mongolia, it's about a three-mile hike, but there's good sport, some good trad, and there's not a lot of people. So
If you want to get away from the crowds, then the winter or the dead of the summer. Those are the two best times to come out if you don't want to be around people, but it's also the most extreme climate.
I'm here at Hall of Horrors, one of the popular climbing destinations in Joshua Tree. When you arrive at the entrance, be sure to pick up one of these maps and guides so that you can find your way over here. If you've ever considered rock climbing, Joshua Tree is a great place to learn. I'm Adriana Martinez reporting.
Thanks, Adriana. Now we'll head over to Jennifer Aceves, who has the latest in news around the world.
Thank you, ladies, and hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Former Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi was ousted almost 10 months ago. The security situation is still tense across the country, and human rights groups say hundreds of children are being illegally detained and tortured. CNN's Risa Sayat has One Voice disturbing story.
On February 10th this year, Islam Magdi turned 16 years old. But on this birthday, Islam says there was no celebrating. Only a brutal beating by prison guards inside a Cairo prison. They knew I was turning 16 on February 10th, he says. They celebrated by beating me. They used to beat every part of my body. Human rights groups say Islam is among hundreds of Egyptian children illegally detained and tortured in the crackdown that followed the ouster last year of former President Mohamed Morsi. When we met Islam, he was polite, soft-spoken, respectful. This is his family. His father, a university professor, says the worst thing Islam has ever done is fight with his brother. But back in January, police arrested Islam here in this Cairo park. Police said Islam and his friends had broken Egypt's protest law that says groups of more than 10 cannot meet or gather without prior government permission. Here inside this police station, Islam says the abuse started right away.
بعدها قعدنا وبعد كده لما دخلنا جوه التحقيق من الدورة قلعونا جابونا من لبسنا
When Islam pauses, seemingly unable to go on, his father steps in. Straighten up, his father tells him. Try to speak as if nothing happened. When he gathers the strength, Islam describes beatings, attempts at forced confessions, and electrocutions.
بعد ما جابوني من نفسي علقوني على باب كده زنزانة بإيدي بعد كده كهربوني ورشوا عليا مية بعد كده فضلوا ينزلوا فيا ضرب ويحاولوا يتهاوشوا بيا.
Islam was detained for more than 1 month before being cleared and released. Authorities say they're not aware of his claims, but they deny allegations of torture and illegal detention of children.
It's getting worse every day.
Children's rights activist Maha Mahmoud says hundreds of minors are still in custody, many illegally held in adult prisons, many claiming torture.
What do you think when you see pictures like that?
It just shows what the reality is, and that there is no rights for children.
Rights groups say violations of children's rights sometimes extend to Egypt's highest authorities. On the army spokesman's official Facebook page, this boy is accused of plotting a bomb attack without any apparent regard for his privacy and his due process rights.
When you look at his face, what do you see?
He's terrified.
He's terrified. What do you think the strategy is behind what authorities are doing? What are they trying to do?
They're protecting themselves. They believe that these people are threatening them and they are seeking revenge.
So authorities believe these children are a threat
to
national security.
This is their belief. Yeah. They don't want anyone to speak up.
Remarkably, Islam Magdi is not afraid to speak out, a decision he knows could put him in danger, but one he says was never in doubt. Of course I have to say what happened, Islam says. Maybe I could be 1% of the reason in making things better. Reza Saya, CNN, Cairo.
The canonization of Pope John Paul II was celebrated by the Polish community. Our very own Crystal Ruiz has this story.
Children sing a traditional Polish song to commemorate the canonization of Pope John Paul II. He was born Karol Józef Wojtyła on May 18, 1920 in Poland. The center, named after him in Yorba, came together to celebrate his papacy.
In 1978, Pope John Paul II became the first non-Italian pope in 400 years.
He completed his religious studies in Krakow and was ordained a priest in 1946. He used his influence to bring about political change and is credited with the fall of communism in Poland.
It's amazing how people can be brought together by one person. People can be brought to tears by one person.
Pope John Paul II visited 132 countries, including the U.S. 7 times. He spoke 8 languages and had 1,360 meetings with political figures. He died on April 2, 2005, and has now become a saint. Reporting for OC News, this is Crystal Ruiz.
And that concludes our World News segment for tonight. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Back to you, ladies.
Thank you, Jennifer. And now we'll take a look at who's cooking at the Matador Cantina. Here's Yahaira Perez with the details.
You might think of downtown Fullerton as just a place where you can come hang out with friends, but at Matador Cantina, there's a little surprise cooking.
This is 13-year-old Matthew. He does not want to be defined by his autism, but by his passion for cooking. Matt is ready to cook with chef's uniform and hat.
Matthew's been asking for Matador and Chef David and Mr. Joe, and finally, it happens today.
What are we making right now? Good job!
I just thought it would be interesting and fun for them, just to give them the experience.
Jose works with children who live with autism and incorporates their passion with their therapy.
I mean, he gets to cut and cook. I mean, real cooking, not just measuring.
Matt loves to cook Mexican dishes.
On the grill, right.
Matt shows improvement simply by stepping foot in the kitchen. Matt's first experience wasn't pleasant. It took him 30 minutes to feel comfortable enough to get out of the car. Now, you can get him out of the kitchen. The menu for today included a salad and steak fajitas.
It does make a difference for him because, you know, he remembers and he says, I want to go cook.
Oh my gosh, this is awesome. I just posted it on Facebook.
For OC News, this is Yahaira Perez.
When we come back, we'll let you know if those sunny skies are here to stay for the rest of the week.
And we'll show you some of the festivities from Cal State Fullerton's Earth Week celebration.
Titan TV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience directly in a studio environment.
Working with Titan TV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
Stop.
How's she doing? 2,
She was a passenger. I was T-boned on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk. I was just buzzed. What? You were just buzzed?
Well, sir, you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Find out if your family's eating cancerous meat in Jasmine Bolaño's health segment.
Thank you, ladies. Could you be eating a cancerous cow? Federal investigators say a California meat plant has packaged and shipped meat from cancerous cows. CNN reporter Chris Rates has more.
The plant behind one of the biggest meat recalls in years. It involves cancerous cows, meat not fit for human consumption, and an illicit romance. Federal officials familiar with the investigation believe Rancho processed cancerous cows when government inspectors were not there, and after they were slaughtered, hid the warning signs of cancer, trimming off diseased parts, using a fake stamp of approval, or even replacing the heads of sick cows with healthy ones. It's not clear which employees were involved.
But that's not all. CNN has learned that the government's own food safety inspector, the person responsible for protecting consumers from bad meat, was having a romantic relationship with a plant foreman.
CNN obtained an email sent to the USDA that details the romance between USDA Inspector Lynette Thompson and a plant foreman. The email says the foreman admitted to an assistant plant manager he had, quote, been seeing Lynette Thompson, and went to her trailer 3 different times, and they were intimate. The email included personal texts said to be between Thompson and the man. She texts, "I need a kiss later." He responds, "Me too." And this one where Thompson says, "Play dumb, please, for my kids. Delete everything, Kay?" Documents show there was an acrimonious relationship between Thompson and plant officials, and she had complained about the processing of cancerous cows. But having a romance with a plant employee is against USDA rules for an inspector. We tried to get in touch with Lynette Thompson, but were told she did not want to speak to CNN. Rancho has since been sold, and the former owners won't talk on camera. But the lawyer for one of them did, and Jeffrey Bornstein says the relationship between the foreman and the inspector was not connected to the recall. But he did admit his client, Jesse Amaral, made mistakes.
There were opportunities for cows to have gone through the process without proper inspection or otherwise properly being handled.
Bornstein says his client is sorry, but the owner had no intent to hurt the public.
He takes responsibility for mistakes in judgment that were made. He made mistakes in judgment. He regrets not being better able to recognize, respond, and to stop some of these alleged bad practices.
Bornstein says his client is cooperating with the federal investigation, but wouldn't discuss specifics of what went on in the plant. Neither will the federal officials who are conducting the criminal investigation. That has Congressman Jared Huffman wondering if the USDA has something to hide.
One would speculate at this point that in order for there have been a deception that allowed a whole bunch of improperly processed meat to get certified for sale, someone at USDA was deceived, right? Something must have broken down in their process too. And so in the absence of information, I'm left to believe that maybe they're a little concerned that they dropped the ball too.
The U.S. Attorney's Office in San Francisco is investigating. A law enforcement source tells CNN that charges against Rancho's owners are forthcoming. That's it for health. Back to you.
Thank you, Jasmine. Nature is one of my favorite things, and I was lucky enough to be a part of this year's Earth Week celebrations here at CSUF. Take a look.
Electric vehicles, plant-based school supplies, and green cleaning products was not all we saw at this year's Earth Week. CSUF joined with other companies like Edison to help show students how making a few changes in their daily lives could help keep planet Earth a cleaner place.
Most of these cars run on what I call gallons of sunshine.
It's recyclable, it's reusable, and it's green.
President Mildred Garcia also took a peek at the solar-run vehicles, and children from local elementaries were also enjoying the lineup of unique cars.
These natural resources are fabulous. We need to make sure we have enough water, that we have enough energy, that the trees and the plants continue to grow in their beautiful ways here in California. And so for us, Earth Week is extremely important.
Cal State Fullerton is encouraging their students to become more green by hosting events like Earth Week. Companies like Edison have joined alongside Cal State Fullerton, and their mission to reduce the use of energy has students purchase more green items and by adding zero-waste trash cans around campus, like the one you see behind me. So don't forget to recycle. Students were able to collect free green items provided by Cal State Fullerton and local companies. Some students even got to take home a plant provided by the Fullerton Arboretum. Earth Week 2014 is a 3-day celebration from April 15th through the 17th. Flyers for the events can be found around campus. Reporting for OC News, I'm Denise Salcedo.
Oh, Denise, that was awesome.
Thank you.
So Jasmine Collier was able to cover Earth Week. However, she found a farmer's market with some interesting and enjoyable finds on our very own Titan Walk. Here she is with the story.
Earth Week hosted a farmer's market on campus along the beautiful Titan Walk that brought out many students and vendors. The market had a variety of goods for purchase and even some cool information on making this planet a better place.
I'm here at Earth Day 2014 at the Farmers Market and Nonprofit Expo. The event has been from today, 12 to 2, and many Titans have come out to buy fresh goods and natural goods.
And we're here today selling gourmet popsicles and ice cream that we make from scratch by hand with all natural ingredients. And that's what makes us unique. We only use real foods, and that's our claim to fame. All of our fruity pops are healthy, very simple ingredients. For example, the mango pineapple is just pureed mango, pineapple juice, and lime juice.
Our company concentrates on being a sustainable fashion, so everything in the truck that we sell is handmade, eco-friendly, vintage, or reconstructed. So it's not mass-produced no longer, and it's been recycled.
The local small businesses were able to show off their products that were majority made naturally and organically. Overall, the farmers market was a great addition to Earth Week and our Earth's future. This is Jasmine Collier reporting for OC News.
Thank you, Jasmine. Now we'll send it out to Cynthia Laliker, who is live on campus with your weather forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm here at Cal State Fullerton, and it's been a little bit windy. As you can see, the flags are blowing and the students are enjoying the brisk breeze. So starting out in Orange County, we have Monday and Tuesday with possibly scattered showers with highs of 66. Wednesday and Thursday will be patchy fog with highs of 70, and it may even hit into the 50s. So we start off the weekend with a little bit hotter temperatures in the 80s and lows of 57. So for the most part, it will be a little bit colder this week. So make sure to carry those umbrellas because it is going to be cold. That was your weather update. Have a great rest of your Cinco de Mayo. Back to you gals in the studio.
Thank you, Cynthia. Very useful information, especially when we're on the go.
Yeah, definitely. I was also able to take advantage of the spring weather and venture through some trails in Laguna Beach. Let's take a look at my trip. If you're looking to get out and enjoy that sunny spring weather, then leave your gym pass at home and grab your running shoes. Orange County has a number of trails to choose from, like the Aliso and Wood Canyon Wilderness Park, which is great for both beginners and experienced hikers. The Aliso and Wood Canyon Wilderness Park has over 3,900 acres of wilderness as well as 30 miles of trails. The trail that we're on right now is the Aliso Summit Trail, which actually extends into this hill back here behind me, and once we reach the top, we're going to get a spectacular view of the ocean. Just off the 5 freeway, the trail is located on Talavera in Laguna Niguel, beginning at the Seaview Park. It's about a 6-mile walk through dirt paths and a few hills that overlook the ocean. Regulars on the trail say it's a great experience.
Well, as you can tell by my face, I'm a little sweaty, so it's a little intense, but it's a beautiful hike, so it's worth it.
Others say they show up just for the view.
Honestly, it's like just a nice sight to come see.
I mean, it's a good sight down there. You see the ocean, got the mountains right behind you. Good little escape from reality.
Seated from the bench atop the last hill, the view is incredible, especially during sunset. On a clear day, you can actually see parts of Newport down this way. And just to my left is Laguna Beach, and off in the distance is Catalina. And then farther down, you can see parts of Dana Point. From the top of the Aliso Summit, I'm Jen Moynihan reporting.
You are watching Titan TV.
Hi, how are you doing today?
What looks good?
Our special today is shrimp scampi. It's been sitting around for about a week.
Excuse me, what time are you guys leaving? We're gonna rob your house tonight.
Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of serious complications. Learn more at diabetesaonc.org.
We'll toss it to Jasmine Collier, who has an exclusive on one of our very own student music producers on campus.
Electronic, house, hip-hop, and R&B are just a few genres Astronautica familiarizes herself with. Adrina Martinez, a 22-year-old music producer and artist, has made a name for herself in the Los Angeles music scene, and it's just getting started. So, Adrina, tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started in this industry.
Well, I started playing the piano and the guitar as a kid, and then just a couple years ago, I started wanting to produce more. So I used to live in San Francisco, and I had a friend who kind of threw me into the whole scene, and yeah, ever since then I've just kind of been doing that ever since, and I have already put out 2 albums, and yeah.
And how did you come up with the unique name Astronautica?
I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid. That's basically it. And then I just went by astronaut at first, but then my friend was like, you need to feminize it because you are a female in a super male-dominated field. So I added the at the end, I guess.
And what is the process like from making a track start to finish?
Every track kind of differs because it's I don't always just start with the intro. Sometimes I'll make something, I'll be like, oh, this is perfect for a hook, and then builds off of it. But yeah, every song is kind of different.
Okay, and a lot of people may not know, but you were featured in LA Times and LA Weekly. How does that feel being a new artist to the industry?
Yeah, it was really, I guess, kind of cool because I'm, a big fan of LA Times and LA Weekly. So to see my picture in a feature on myself in that, it was, I guess a proud moment I had for myself.
Definitely. So what would be in the stars for Astronautica in the future?
Well, after we graduate, I'm going to be playing all over. I'm playing festivals this summer, so I'll be at Lightning in a Bottle. I'll be in South Carolina in July. I'll be at the first Low End Theory Festival in LA. And then I'm playing this double-decker yacht party in San Diego, right after we graduate, so that'll be really fun. So yeah, just touring around.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, and it was great having you.
Thank you.
Back to you ladies in the studio.
A few royal out-of-towners visited the States over the weekend, and 3 movies hit the box office. Rebecca Penner has this and more in your entertainment news.
Thank you, ladies. Members of the royal family visited the States this weekend. CNN's Oade Ansari has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
Prince William and Prince Harry visited Memphis this weekend. The royals visited stateside to attend a friend's wedding. Crowds lined up outside the venue to try to catch a glimpse of the princes as they arrived. The 2 were joined by their cousins, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Brad and Angelina are teaming up again on the big screen. Variety reports the couple is developing an untitled script penned by Jolie. The only other film the 2 have done together is 2005's spy comedy Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 caught audiences in its web. The superhero flick dominated the box office this opening weekend. The Other Woman trailed behind at number 2. Heaven is for Real held on to the number 3 spot again this week. I'm Azad Ansari reporting.
The popular TV show 24 is returning tonight after a 4-year hiatus. Kiefer Sutherland, who stars as Agent Jack Bauer, said he was surprised Fox decided to bring back 24. The real-time thriller covers a single day through each of the 24-episode seasons. At least it did. This season will be half as long. 24 returns as a summer event series called 24 Live Another Day. The 12-episode season starts tonight on Fox. Kerry Washington secretly gave birth to her first child, daughter Isabel, back on April 21st, reported TMZ over the weekend. Although her rep has not commented on the scandal actress's baby news, her due date was a few weeks ago. That wraps it up for today's entertainment news.
That is going to do it for us here at OC News. I'm Denise Salcedo.
And I'm Jen Moynihan. We'll see you on the next edition of OC News.